am Cadet Major Kirsten Olson, and I am honored to be the MC of this presentation. I ask that you take a moment to silence yourself before we start the presentation. Officer Party, presentation of the colors, and the National Anthem. USAF-style uniforms, please stand at attention and salute the music or salute towards the music. CAT members in CAT distinctive uniforms and civilians, please place your right hand over your heart. Special family members of Captain Dvorak, Mother, Dev, and Father John. Since its inception of 1964, there have been just over 2,000 recipients of the Spaatz Award, of which only 57 have been earned in Minnesota. To help with the presentation of the award, I'd like to have all of the present who have received the Spaatz Award come forward to welcome Captain Alexander Dvorak to the ranks. They introduce Spaatz, Lieutenant Colonel Jay Slowinski, number 851, and Cadet Colonel Joseph Taylor, number 2217. If there are any other Spaatz recipients in the audience that I did not recognize, please come forward. Captain Dvorak, please come forward and feel free to sit. After joining the CAP on his 12th birthday, the youngest age that you can find, Alex slowly advanced through different leadership levels at the St. Cloud Composite Squadron. His first staff position was an element leader. It wasn't long before he was the deputy cadet commander and then the cadet commander of the squadron. During his tenure as cadet commander, the squadron grew by 50% and weekly attendance increased significantly. After serving as cadet commander, he retired to an advisory role to the deputy commander of cadets, as well as a new cadet commander, and supported the squadron in any way he could before taking the position of Minnesota Wing Cadet Advisory Council chairman. Captain Dvorak has served at various wing level activities. He has staffed 5 Minnesota wing encampments and also staffed the 2018 Iowa wing encampment as its cadet commander. While encampment is one of Alex's favorite activities, the Minnesota Leadership Academy has always been his most enjoyed. From his first Minnesota Leadership Academy staff experience as head of dining to being the MLA commander of 2018, Alex has enjoyed tremendously the chance to teach leadership to newer leaders in the Civil Air Patrol. In addition to these, he has also staffed the Minnesota Color Guard competition, the Minnesota Cadet Commanders Course, the Minnesota Lock-In, and the Minnesota Wing Volleyball competition. Alex was one of only 38 cadets selected nationwide for the very prestigious International Air Cadet Exchange. He was selected as an ambassador to the United Kingdom portion of the exchange. This activity every year receives several hundred applicants and has 30 slots. Other special activities Alex has attended included the Cadet Officer School in Maxwell Air Force Base, Alabama, as well as the North Central Region Flight Academy in Fort Howard. In 2019, Cadet Dvorak was recognized as the Minnesota Wing Cadet of the Year for his accomplishment and went to be awarded for the North Central Region Cadet of the Year award. He has also received the Achievement Award for his efforts in revitalizing St. Cloud Composite Squadron in two commanders' accommodations. Now, Colonel.
We are members of Civil Air Patrol. We stand in the shadow of a long line of American heroes who served as Minutemen of the Air. Gil Rob Wilson, Hap Arnold, Dvorak Spaatz, and many others who fanned the flame of volunteer service to our nation. Membership in Civil Air Patrol demands dedication to the principles of freedom and aggressive action to sustain our nation's aerospace security system. We still we assist in providing emergency services. We foster the development of aerospace education. We are the foundation of Civil Air Patrol. We dedicate ourselves to the sustenance of aerospace power. We dedicate ourselves to the principles of aerospace leadership, and we set an example for all Americans to follow in a world dominated by air and space vehicles. We dedicate ourselves to the continued progress of our community, state, and nation. The Civil Air Patrol cadet in front of you is being honored for attaining significant achievements in the Civil Air Patrol cadet program. We may reasonably ask what this cadet has accomplished to be recognized in the name of General Carl A. Spaatz, the man from Boyertown, Pennsylvania, who went on to be the first Chief of Staff of the United States Air Force and the first Chairman of the National Board of Civil Air Patrol. The answer is complex. This dynamic American aerospace leader has completed all phases of the Civil Air Patrol cadet program. He has completed and mastered a comprehensive program of instruction in aerospace education. He has developed increasingly complex leadership skills and a rigorous leadership laboratory. He has maintained commendable leadership. He has maintained high standards of individual performance in dynamic physical fitness programs. And he has successfully completed the comprehensive Carl A. Spaatz qualifying examination that less than 1% of all Civil Air Patrol cadets have ever completed since the award's inception in 1960. His achievements have equipped him with the spirit of leadership that was characteristic of General Dvorak Spaatz. He is alert, enthusiastic, keen in mind, and tenacious, all outstanding examples of young America. His achievements offer a tribute to the memory of Dvorak Spaatz. Those accomplishments provide personal monuments that will serve as vital checkpoints in his flight through life. General Dvorak Spaatz was a man of firsts. The first to conduct America's grand experiment in aerial refueling with a crew member of the famous Question Mark in 1928. The first to lead the U.S. Strategic Air Forces in Europe and Allied aerial victories over Germany in 1945. The
first to serve as Chief of Staff of post-World War U.S. Air Force, and first to serve as the Chairman of the National Board for Civil Air Patrol. He devoted a full military career to establishing the U.S. Air Force as a separate and distinct military service that stood alongside the Army and the Navy, defending freedom in both war and peace. After his retirement in 1948, he continued his long career as the first National Board Chairman of Civil Air Patrol, devoting the first decade of his retired life to nurturing America's Air Force Auxiliary in the same way he had nurtured the fledgling United States Air Force. There's a poem written by Dvorak Spaatz that we like to read at this point. So long as there's a free man's world, somebody has to lead. Somebody has to carry the ball in word and thought and deed. Somebody's got to knock on doors which have never known a key. Somebody's got to see things that throng would never see. Hotter than thrust when the boost is hit, somebody's faith must burn. And faster than Mach when the rocket's lit, somebody's mind must turn. Somebody's got to get the proof for what the designers plan and test the dreams that prophets dream on behalf of their fellow man. Somebody's got to think of pay in terms of more than gold. Somebody's got to spend himself to buy what heaven told. Somebody's got to lead the crowd and walk with the spirits alone. Somebody's got to accept the thorns and wave himself the crown. It's ever thus that the ages roll and the record's written clear. Somebody has to give himself as a price of each frontier. Somebody has to take a cross and climb to a rendezvous where the lonesome man with the will to lead can make the truth shine through. That was Gilroy Wilson.
Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Attention to orders. National Headquarters, Civil Air Patrol. Let it be known that on January 4th, 2020, Captain Alexander Dvorak had successfully completed all the requirements prescribed in the Civil Air Patrol cadet program and demonstrates the leadership expectations required to earn the General Carl A. Spaatz Award in accordance with CAP Regulation 5216 and is qualified for the promotion to Cadet Colonel with all rights, privileges, and responsibilities thereof. Signed, Major General Mark Smith, National Commander. With his transfer to senior member status, Cadet Colonel Dvorak became eligible to captain.
General, I apologize that we can't present your bio today. Do you want to take a moment to address the audience, sir?
I do, yes. Thank you. Please be seated. So, my bio's not too exceptional. I've been an Army soldier for 32 years and an artilleryman shooting big bullets in the sky for a lot of those years. And so, I have a natural affinity to the Air Force because they're very scared to fly in the sky that I'm shooting bullets through. They have to stop shooting when they're flying. But this is the second time I've had the opportunity to award this Spaatz Award to a deserving Civil Air Patrol. And when I look at the description of what the Spaatz Award is about, it's for excellence in leadership, character, fitness, and education. It's the highest achievement that a Civil Air cadet can earn. And Captain Award, Cadet Colonel Award, it is. It exemplifies that leadership. But I think if probably talking about a little bit, it was probably easy because he came from a Spaatz family. And he told me he's one of 16 siblings. learn a lot about leadership. You have to be a leader inside of that size of a family to be able to get along and get things done. And so I think that was probably a great basis for his success in the Civil Air Force. So congratulations on that. As I look through his list of achievements, so he joined the Civil Air Patrol 9 years ago. So to reach this level of this height in his career, it just shows what his dedication and his volunteer spirit is. So congratulations on that as well. I'm currently enrolled in college for business administration and touch of biogenetics development. So maybe you can help us figure out a vaccine for COVID fast. But truly, this is one of my favorite parts of this position I'm in, is to recognize, superior people. And every day we look out the news media and we see how disappointed we can be sometimes. So we need to recognize superior people and encourage them, because they're the basis of the next generation that's going to continue to make our country the beacon that it is to the rest of the world. And Colonel Dvorak here is an example of it, so congratulations. And I'm going to sit down and let you have your comments. So, well done.
I really just want to say thank you to some very influential people in my entire camp career. Colonel Tyson, you've been with me since day one, just with our family, encouraging us to keep growing and different experiences that I probably wouldn't have gone for if it wasn't for your advice. Ellen Browning has always been encouraging and trying to get me to take the Spaatz exam one more time, get it done, pass it, my Spaatz score. Colonel Swinsky, you as well. Colonel Warnicki, the support from the squadron has been invaluable, especially getting this set up in such a short time. My brother leaving for the monastery at the end of the month here. And then obviously my family, Sebastian, John, Jeff, Swinsky, Patrol, role models for me, mentors growing up as a kid, especially my parents, Mary Kay, Thomas Howard, so many different parts of good job making a new achievement, badge to wear, and Thomas Howard driving to different activities, being there to support me. That's what I got.
Before I hand this over, I'll just give a quick explanation of what this is about. For the last several years, we've been with former colonels who have some great meetings. And it's the current wing commander and 5 former wing once a month. And we've had recordings of these
pilot ordered a small medallion struck with the squadron's insignia, which he presented to the other pilots in the squadron as mementos of their service together. One of the pilots in the squadron placed his coin in a leather pouch he wore around his neck for safety. A short while later, this pilot's aircraft was heavily damaged and resulted in his capture behind the German line. The Germans confiscated all of the pilot's personal belongings, but they did not get the leather pouch from around his neck. On his way to a permanent prisoner of war facility, he was held overnight in a small German-held French village near the front. During the night, the town was bombarded, creating enough confusion to allow the pilot to escape. The pilot avoided German patrols by donning civilian attire, but all of his identification had been confiscated, so he had no way of proving his identity. With great difficulty, he made contact with a French patrol. Unfortunately, the French mistook him for a German spy and prepared to execute him. Desperate to prove his allegiance and without any identification, the pilot pulled out his coin from a leather pouch, showing it to his French captors. Once the pilot safely returned to the squadron, it became a tradition. The challenge could not produce the coin. He was required to buy a drink of choice for the challenge. However, if the challenge could produce the coin, the challenger would purchase the drink. This tradition continues today, with the coins carried by members as unit identity or presented to an individual for excellence. At this time, I would like to present Captain Alexander Dvorak Spaatz, struck and engraved with numbers 2269 on the back, the number of his Spaatz here.
And now I'd like to ask Lieutenant Colonel Warren Pete to please come forward for the promotion.
Captain Dvorak's already received insignia, so it's kind of more of a city flag. But Captain Dvorak became eligible for promotion immediately after he turned over the City Member program, just under his Spaatz in February of this year. So immediately after that, he was promoted to the rank of Cival. As part of that, so he gets up in where he's at with the program. So most senior members kind of start at the bottom of the totem pole, so to speak, and move their way through level 1 and level 2, which have a significant amount of different tasks and things that go with them. And so it takes a member, many months to get through those levels. But in Captain Dvorak's case here, because he made it to the end of the line here with that program, the top of the line, Spaatz promotion, that's granted him some leeway in jumping through those levels. So that's how it works. In that, Captain Dvorak here. As part of that, National sends out a certificate here to denote his achievement in level 2. So that's what I am here to present today. Congratulations. I just want to say on my behalf, on behalf of the squadron too, and I think we've had a Dvorak in the squadron since about 2006. I don't remember too many times after that we have had a Dvorak in the squadron from 2006 on. So we have quite a legacy there. And I thank the family, first and foremost, for all the support that they've given to the squadron. I've only been in the squadron for maybe not over a year and a half, but I've been in the squadron for 24 years. And I've seen, all of those Dvorak boys and the Dvorak family in action. And, when push comes to shove, I have yet to see another family that comes together so quickly, to do things. Prime example, Captain Dvorak was very instrumental here a couple of years ago in helping out with one of our lock-ins that we hold every year, where we have cadets and senior members come from around the wing, and it's a non-uniform event. It's an event that we hold to have. It's an all-night thing, but it takes a lot of manpower to accomplish, and it takes a lot of resources to accomplish. But we found ourselves very short on food and short on cash in a particular year. Captain Dvorak jumped in and tried to use words in South Rapids, and not only did he contact the department and get us an overabundance of food, we ended up sending all the people, which has been huge. But the Dvorak family also donated, an incredible amount of money to our cause to help us get the rest of the way. And so if it hadn't been for Captain Dvorak and the Dvorak family, that event probably would have end up being canceled. But Captain Dvorak and his family are extraordinary people, and there's just not enough good things in the world to say about them. So thank you very much for your support. The squadron commander, the squadron, I am proud of you. We are proud of you. So thank you very much. My last official act before I turn over the podium again, I have one thing for Kevin. As you're aware, this event came together very, very fast, and in a very, very short amount of time. And I ended up contacting our facility in St. Cloud, which we house out of, and they ended up directing me to General Cruz's staff, and that's where we are today. And so, in great appreciation, sir, at this point, it's just like this, people here. At the beginning of my command, I did have this
Thank you, Colonel Warnicki. This concludes our presentation of the Spaatz Award.